Hello, Kirby.
Hello, Demas. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Welcome to the Side Quest podcast. If you haven't yet, please go do the YouTube pleasantries, the follow, the shares, the comments, the likes.
Hit the bell and all the rest of it. And
yes, because we need this show to take off very quickly because Demas hates his job.
I hate my
wants
job.
to make money doing this.
Absolutely. So please give me money. What are we doing today?
Today, we are ranking these Star Wars movies by how much we hate them.
Oh, this will be easy. Sure.
I could just tell you the most hated one now.
This will be pretty easy.
So, as you'll see, we have a tier list.
Yep. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
What are the categories on here, Kirby?
So, because with the normal ranking, they do them as S tier is the top, right? So S is the one that you like the best.
I believe so.
Because this is how much we hate them, the one we hate the most is at the top.
That's going to be the S tier.
And what's the name of that one?
We made some custom names here, so... Fire at Will Commander is number S. And can you tell me what that represents, Kirby?
Well, as Star Wars listeners will know, that is when they give Palpatine gives the order to destroy the fleet with the Death Star.
Fire at will, Commander.
So basically, if a movie is in this tier, we
obliterate them.
we want it atomized by the Death Star.
There'll be nothing left. And if we, the lowest ranking, if it's the movies we like,
yeah,
it's more. Or more! As Kylo Ren would put it.
When he's screaming.
Just screaming into it. Because we want more of that movie than what's in it. So,
which makes sense. Well, I mean, like, so if we work it up, so this is where the fun begins. That's pretty obvious.
Fun begins.
that is,
It's a good movie. It's fun.
Yeah,
the fun starts there.
The fun starts there. Yeah. There's not going to be many in that one, I'm sure of it.
Because as we said with Star Wars, it suffers from this fate of it's either the best movie you've ever seen or like the worst.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then
there's no in between.
And then there's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
As Qui-Gon Jinn said, like, there's always something bigger. In our case, there's always something worse.
There's always something. Whatever this movie is, there's definitely worse. That's all that category is for. And I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Meaning that we're getting on the edge of shit.
We're passing the point where it's majority bad.
Yeah, there's some good sections,
but it's mainly bad.
It's mainly pretty
I've
terrible.
got a bad feeling about it.
And then we got let the hate flow through you.
Let the hate flow through you.
Pretty self-explanatory. It's just where we start to get pretty angry with how some of these movies play out. Hey,
but then like. With the let the hate flow through, I hate this movie with a passion, but I don't want it erased from canon and obliterated
we sort of need it still. It's sort of important.
Whereas, like, if you're in Fire at Will, Commander, you are gone.
You're done. There's
gone.
nothing left.
If it were up to me, there'd be nothing left of you.
Absolutely.
Well...
Yeah,
let's jump in.
Where are we going to start? We're going to start at episode 1. We're going chronological.
Do you want to... I feel like going chronologically is almost unfair because, like, it's the 3 will almost be in the same category.
That's true.
So the way that they've loaded in here, I reckon we do it from that.
So it's just going to be sort of random?
Left to right.
Yeah, okay.
So first one we have here is Attack of the Clones, episode 2.
Attack of the Clones. Look, a big thing for me in Star Wars movies is lightsaber fights. Right?
Yeah.
I watch Star Wars for lightsabers. I don't watch it for politics. I don't watch it for, Andor, good and all, but there's no lightsabers.
Yeah.
So Attack of the Clones, I actually like a little bit. It's probably sitting at, for me, I have a bad feeling about this. Predominantly for the last Dooku fight.
45 minutes.
Yeah. You know, where they're on... Geonosis, and they do the Dooku fight. Yoda's there. The clones rock up.
Yeah,
the big arena fight. Windu kills Jango. A lot of that's cool Star Wars.
Absolutely.
I don't like sand. Anakin and Padme getting married. That's you can skip that part. All right. Well, the only good thing that's come out of that part of the movie is the memes where they make Padme's tits huge. That's the only good part that's come
AI's going to be used for good, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We love AI.
But no, like I do agree with you. There is that. Probably a solid 70% of the movie is just talking and politics and them walking and talking.
Yeah.
And like assassination plots.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was even in it, to be quite honest. That's how memorable the movie is.
It's like Palpatine hires Dooku and Dooku hires Jango and Jango hires that assassin, then the assassin hires the worm.
You know, Palpatine just did it in the fucking first place.
Yeah. But like, no, you are right. The movie... And it's probably up until the point of where they land on Geonosis, because even the thing of Anakin going through the droid factory was quite cool, and watching all the droids
and then you got
being built.
3PO and R2 in there as well.
Yeah, fucking around, getting
doing
different
their
heads
stuff.
and shit.
Yeah, they're always a good duo.
But no, I agree with you. I think I have a bad feeling about this. No, actually, I would put it in there's a bigger fish, because the action severely outweighs it, because that last part is so cool. Like, the Jedi's coming to the arenas. And
yeah, that's cool. That is a majority of the movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
That ending part. There is, I mean, you know, there are some parts where it's questionable when Padme falls out of the cruiser and Anakin's sort of like, see you, love. And,
yeah, bye.
Yeah, bye. There is that part where they jump out the windows and Anakin free falls, and that's pretty cool. Everyone's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, the droid's out the window and he just swallow knives out the window. Yeah. Like, okay, bro.
Obi-Wan's like, what are you doing, bro?
But then even like 10 minutes later, like they're in the taxi and he just jumps out of that taxi.
Yeah, he just jumps out again.
And just free falls. Like.
So, yeah, all right. There's always a bigger fish purely for the Anakin shenanigans that are portrayed in majority of the movie.
Because that's what we love Anakin for, right?
Anakin shenanigans. The whiny teenager that Anakin is.
Also,
in this movie, he loves Padme or whatever, right? And I think canonically he hasn't seen Padme in like 10 years.
Yeah.
And Padme is like, you know, probably close to 30 because she's a queen, and Anakin's like 18.
Yeah,
and
well, they were like, I think she was like 18 or 20 and he was 10.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Something.
And not even that, like, he like confesses his love to her and all this crap. Last time she saw him, he was a kid.
Yeah.
So she's not like, all of a sudden she marries him. It's like, this is a bit sus. Is someone else in the files?
Yeah, is someone else here?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to click that. Someone else in the files.
Oh, God.
Padme Amidala
Padme's
confirmed
in the files.
Epstein files.
But like,
Naboo, a conspirator.
One of the memes I saw, and it was so funny how it was like, it was the scene when they were having dinner together, and it's like, do you remember Padme was wearing that thing where like her tits were like pushed up here, and it's romantic.
That's when he uses the Force to put a piece of apple
on her plate,
on a fork or something.
And it was like fireplace room and all this, and then like the meme was like, if a girl dressed like this in a nice, mellow lit, romantic room and told me I wasn't interested, I'd turn evil too.
Absolutely. Oh, and also we got to give credit for the women and the children too.
Yes,
where he just slaughters all the sand people.
Actually, let's put it up a few ranks.
This is where the fun begins, because he commits genocide.
Funnily enough, that's not the quote he said before he went into the Tusken camp.
No, absolutely not. All right, let's move on. What's the next movie we got here?
Empire. S tier, baby.
Infamously.
Well, no, sorry, not S tier. More.
Because
we do not hate this movie at all.
No, look,
we love this movie. Well, I love it.
Empire Strikes Back. Look, it's a classic. It's probably widely regarded as the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Period. And just as a movie in general, it's extremely well done.
Yes.
Look, I have a bias towards the
other ones in the list.
Well, newer stuff, only because, like I said before, I like lightsaber fights, and I like the new lightsaber fights where it's all fancy and stuff like that. So, like rewatching Empire, it's also a long movie.
Yeah,
very long movie, and the battle between Vader and Luke is probably in this instance is probably my favorite in the originals.
It's so good.
I could just imagine what it could have been like, given like today's choreography and special effects and whatnot. But for like the movie itself, it hits so many good beats and it's so well paced. And like you got Han going in the carbonite at the end, and you know Leia saying "I love you," and Han saying "I know" or whatever he says at the end.
I know.
I know, and it's like
perfect ad lib as well. Like he made that up on the spot. Like,
bro, you may never be coming back.
Yeah,
and this is a chick you've fawned over for like the last 2 movies, and she finally says "I love you," and he goes, "Who wouldn't, right? I'm Harrison Ford. I love me too.
I love me too." I think the thing that gets me about this movie, and I think about this quite a lot, is when I look at movies, I regard this as the perfect sequel. Like, when you look at what a sequel should be, this is it.
Yeah.
Because if we look at New Hope, right, you've got Vader as the bad guy, you've got your one Death Star, you've got your Star Destroyer, you've got Obi-Wan's the Master, you've got this little Tatooine planet and a few other little planets.
Yeah.
Every single aspect of A New Hope is expanded upon in this. You learn Vader's got a master who's even bigger. The Empire is way bigger than what people thought. It's like the planet spectrum is way bigger. You go from dust,
this really
dirt,
is like a
to
whole
Hoth.
galaxy.
You learn out
far away.
Obi-Wan the master has a master. You learn the Force is so much more powerful than what it was.
Introduction of Yoda, of course.
Yeah.
In this,
And that's also another part is I like is when you look at the contrast between the planets on display. So the first one is Tatooine, Yavin, and the Death Star.
Yeah.
Empire is Hoth, Dagobah, and Cloud City. Like, you could not get further apart than all of those ones. And that's what I really love about it as well, is it feels like a completely different movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It expands on everything.
The first, the opening with Hoth and the battle on Hoth, you got Luke being injured and using the Force, and he gets the Obi-Wan Ghost. I think that's the first time we see a Force Ghost.
Yep.
And then obviously he goes to Dagobah and trains with Yoda, and then he fights Vader, with himself
in Dagobah,
in Dagobah.
But also the humor is on point. It is a fucking hilarious movie.
It is.
Even going
good.
back and watching now, it is so funny.
Like rewatching A New Hope can be a bit of a slog.
Yes.
Like Gem and I actually I tried to get her to watch it the other night, and we got to Obi-Wan dying.
Yeah.
And we just turned it off. Because after that, it's like it's a whole different movie almost in the second half. But Empire, you can watch the whole thing, and the whole thing's enjoyable. But a lot of this, though, they sort of made up on the spot. They weren't planning for all of this crap.
Yeah.
The Vader being Luke's dad and Leia being the twin. I don't think in A New Hope they were planning for a lot of this stuff. It was sort of, let's do this now.
Let's do this fun space cowboy movie and see what happens.
And A New Hope was just meant to be a standalone.
Yeah.
It wasn't episode 4, wasn't even episode 1. It was meant to be a standalone movie. And people loved it. And George Lucas, being George Lucas, is like, let's do more. I don't think he directed this one, I believe.
No, I don't think he
wrote
did.
it, but he only directed the first one.
As we listened to like another podcast on the Weekly Planet, he didn't direct it, but he was fucking there every day.
He might as well have been a director, honestly.
He was telling the director what to do.
Honestly, so no, fantastic
firmly
movie.
planted.
Yeah.
That Empire would be one of probably my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
It's, as you said,
that's what I was saying. It's not just
pacing.
it's not just a good Star Wars movie.
Yes.
It's a good movie.
Good movie.
And that I think that really, even though in terms of where, in comparison to other Star Wars movies, I would put, certain scenes above this as a movie as a whole.
Yes.
It's better than all the rest of
It
it.
all ties in together so well.
And there's no real lulls or down parts or negatives to it. It's all pretty good.
Yeah, whereas in most movies they kind of be like, and then this happened, and then this happens, and they skip from one thing to another.
More so, the rest of these movies, you can pick out good bits and pick out bits that go, this is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Whereas this, there's not a bad part, really.
There's not.
Like, I can't think of a bad part of it. It's all good.
Well, another part to think about as well is, because they've got the two plots going on. They've got Han and Leia in the Millennium Falcon outrunning the Empire. Then they've got Luke on Dagobah, right? When the Luke on Dagobah is having a quieter moment and they're talking, it then cuts to the Millennium Falcon having a chase through and then it goes back. And then when this one goes quiet, this one goes up.
That's the one where
so they're like this.
They meet the space worm, isn't it? Where they end up in the mouth of the space
they're hiding the worm.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. So.
I could talk about this movie all day, so we better move on.
Yeah, we'll move on. What's next? Oh,
The Force Awakens.
Oh.
Okay. I don't.
This is episode 7.
This is episode 7, The Force Awakens. I don't hate this one.
Luke's not in this one, right?
He appears right at the very end.
Is this Blue Milk movie?
No,
or is that the next one?
that's the next one.
This movie's all right. This movie's probably, I have a bad feeling about this, but it could teeter on letting the hate flow through you, to be quite honest.
Now, look, I don't hate it because, but when you look at it from a top-down perspective, it's just a retelling of New Hope.
Yeah, this is true.
It's like, when you think about it, it's orphan child on a desert planet, runs into an old war hero who takes him on an adventure in the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
The then person who was a good guy, Force sensitive, turns to the dark side, and then the mentor dies in front of them. And then...
So we're talking about again?
yeah, like, exactly. And then at the end, the hero blows up a planet-sized death threat that shoots lasers.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Like, it's...
Look, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I've largely forgotten these movies.
That's not understandable.
The Force Away. Look, yeah, like, Kylo's an awesome character.
Kylo is amazing.
Ray is a hit or miss.
Yeah, depend on the movie you watch.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Daisy Ridley is not a terrible actress, rather.
No.
She's quite... I think she does a good job with what she's given.
Yeah, I think they all do, really.
They all do.
Poe Dameron was fucking amazing in this. Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything, yeah.
That's what we got. He's Moon Knight and Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I
where
reckon
would you put it? There's always a bigger fish.
I would think there's always a bigger fish, because I think there was more about this movie that I enjoyed, because you got to think is like when the originals came out, we weren't born yet. When the sequels came out, we were in our sort of
Bro, I was like, I think Phantom Menace came out the year I was born.
Yeah.
99.
2000. Yeah, I was 97. So, but I mean, like, when we were around that 10, it was still hyped up and it was still big movies.
A lot of people hated it then, too.
They did. But then what I'm saying is we went through majority of our lives without Star Wars. Then when this one comes along, it was the new revamped special effects and it was a big cinematic event.
She gets Anakin's saber in this, doesn't she?
Yes.
I don't like how that's handled.
Yeah.
It's just...
Wait till we get to the next movie and we'll talk about how the lightsaber's handled.
I don't like how that was just found... Because they lose it at the end of Empire.
Yes.
And it falls down on
Cloud City. And it's just in a trash hole somewhere.
Yeah, someone just finds it and then happens to give it to Rey.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or gives it to Maz and Mad, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
I'm thinking that, but to be fair, there is...
Okay, is it on the same level as Attack of the Clones? That's what we're looking at right here, right? Like, is it as good as Attack of the Clones?
I think so. I think as far as... And this is me looking at the rest of the list. I think there's more good about this movie than bad.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm thinking we maybe put it on... There's always a bigger fish, yeah.
Let's do that.
Right on cue. My most hated movie
let's go back to
ever.
Let's go back to Anakin's saber.
Ever.
Luke just tosses his father's saber off a cliff.
Yep. Off a cliff.
Off a cliff.
Off a cliff. The one that...
And then drinks blue milk.
But as you said, the one where Luke threw it off a cliff. Because remember, like, you may remember it was like when the other one ended, she saw Luke and Luke turned around. It was this big dramatic moment of, holy fuck, that's Luke Skywalker. This is so cool. Then at the start of the next one, you're so amped to see what happens. She gives him the lightsaber and he throws it. In the first minute of this movie, you're like, uh-oh.
So this is Fire at Will, Commander.
This is Fire at Will, Commander, every day of the week.
Man.
There is not one part of this movie that I enjoy.
Luke dies at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
because
stupid.
He got tired.
That was stupid. What do you mean? Like, what? Like, you think he shows up at the end there? Like, when we first watch, you think he's at that. You think he's there. And you're like, oh, we're gonna see something like Mando season 2.
He's gonna
Luke
push
right
over
here, right?
all of the
He's gonna do some like Star Killer bringing down a Star Destroyer sort of feat here, and we get him just dodging a little bit.
No, he didn't.
Didn't he?
Oh no, he just stood there and copped the bullets and then dusted off, and then Kylo Ren come out.
Yeah,
and he just
dodged Kylo and then disappears.
Yeah, and then died because he was tired.
And then died and just faded off into the Force, I guess.
Do you remember the character Rose?
I do remember the character. I don't remember much about Rose.
She was that annoying.
She was Finn's love interest in the last movie, wasn't she?
No, because everyone hated her, so they scrapped the whole storyline.
Okay, well, there you go. That's how
then
much
there
I
was the
remember.
Casino Planet. That was terrible.
Was that movie?
Yeah.
I thought that was a different movie.
No.
I thought that was in Solo or something.
No. But then the part about when I said we'll talk about how they handled Anakin's lightsaber is in this one, they fucking destroyed it. Remember it got ripped in half? Rey and Kylo
were fighting over it.
Trying to take it, and then they just ripped it in half.
Yeah, well, look, it probably belongs to Kylo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it absolutely does.
Kylo should have had that at the end there. Did they break it? What saber does he use in the last one?
Kylo uses his Red Cross one.
No, in the last
Oh,
one.
then they rebuild it or something.
Oh, is that what happens? Oh, I don't know.
I hate
Somehow it got
it.
rebuilt. Like somehow Palpatine returns. Anyway, we're gonna not even give this any more
Fire
airtime.
at will. Oh, just before we move on, the only plus side to this movie is the more meme. Kylo Ren saying more because that was at Luke. He was talking about firing at Luke.
That's right.
Also,
they got the scene in the throne room when they kill Snoke.
But even that was.
Have you watched that breakdown of that scene? Like,
yeah.
There's just random people in the
hands.
background, just like flailing, bro.
There's a dude with 2 fucking weapons, and they grab his left hand, and his right hand just stays there.
Yeah.
Like fucking stab him with the right
I think
hand.
it's like some guy just like falls over.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
It's like we ain't even touched, bro.
I know. There's so many bad things to talk about this movie, but we're just going to move on.
Look, I can't remember
we've
most
got
of it.
too
So
much.
yeah.
A New Hope,
Well, this is
the classic.
where the fun begins.
Yes.
This is literally.
I will agree.
This is where that was first said.
Yeah.
This is where it literally.
It's said in every movie, isn't it?
It's said in every movie, and
Yeah.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
They've
Oh,
said,
no. This is where the fun begins. Isn't sorry. I've got a
I've
bad
got
feeling.
about
It's
this.
in every movie.
and it's
I'm
even in
moving this
like
cushion, eh?
I was watching Clone Wars, the series the other day. It's said in that
They chuck it in there a few times,
all
yeah.
the time, man.
Now, the thing with A New Hope, right, is that I obviously love it because it's the introductory
It's the first.
Star Wars movie.
It started everything that this fandom is.
But as you said about trying to introduce new audiences to Star Wars using this movie can be
tough, man.
Like,
And look,
Liam will not watch it because, like, if I were to show him this movie first, he'd be like, this is shit.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to have loved it.
It's old, it's dated. It still keeps up. Like, it's still a good movie. Like, we're watching it. It's still a good movie. I had a thought and I forgot it.
It's as we said, if you like Star Wars, you don't like this movie, you respect it. Because you respect that from this entire fandom and genre was created.
Yeah,
Without this,
absolutely.
we wouldn't have Star Wars.
Yeah, and this is where the fun begins.
It's where the fun begins. So I'm genuinely just happy to put it there.
It's like I said, it's a tough rewatch.
If you're
not into it, especially like. It's old, it's dated, it's long, it's hard to like you get to Obi-Wan versus Vader and you think that's the
end.
climax of the movie because like why wouldn't it be? Like it's the bad guy with the glowing laser sword and the good guy with a glowing laser sword and they're fighting, one wins. That should be the movie they escape.
Yeah.
But then you have the whole they blow up the Death Star and Luke does all that stuff and use the Force, Luke, and all the rest of the stuff and Which is good on its own anyway.
It's great.
But it does, to me, makes the movie feel slightly disjointed in that section.
Yeah, because then you go from Luke being some fun little farmer boy that's wandering around.
It's a massive
He's
tonal
an
shift.
aimless, like, idiot.
Yeah.
I want to go to Tashi Station, pick up some power converter. To like,
Bro, that is such the worst thing. I listen to it, I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah, what is this shit? And
they speak like this.
to then him going to driving a fucking, the equivalent of an F-45 bomber.
Yeah.
Through the trench run in the Star Destroyer that's got hundreds of thousands of autocannons.
He's never flown anything. Like, yeah, sure, he's...
And the quoted best fighter pilot in the galaxy is chasing after him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there is like we said before, this movie was meant to be a standalone anyway.
Yeah.
So this was to wrap everything up.
Yeah.
Like this was going to be the end.
Yes.
Until obviously they did more. So
I think
I understand it in that perspective, but connecting it to the rest, it can feel a little bit disjointed.
Absolutely. I believe that if this movie came out today, it would be hated and dragged through the mud because it's got so many little plot holes.
It wouldn't be made like this
But
today.
people are expecting things to be a greater universe now.
Yeah. Everything has to mean something. Everything has to relate to something.
This was just fun to watch.
The other thing about this is how many times it's been
remastered,
updated, I suppose.
Yeah.
George Lucas just updates shit, and they've got obviously in the beginning the noise Obi-Wan makes has changed multiple times.
Oh, when he scares off the Tusken Raiders.
He scares off the Raiders. Where R2 hides in that scene.
Yeah.
Originally, it was just an open hole in the wall. Now it's got like some rocks covering.
Yeah.
And they've added some CGI stuff, especially
Because the blue lightsaber used to be pretty much white, eh?
yeah.
Like-
They've enhanced how the saber looks on screen. You can tell when they're on the Millennium Falcon and Obi-Wan's doing the train. He's got the helmet on. And he's doing, You can actually see the cuts where he turns the saber on, and you can see a cut. And
But like it's slightly moved. Like he didn't hold it exactly.
You can clearly
where.
see the cut where they've put the blade on the hilt and they've activated it
Because he's holding it in a slightly different position.
And the whole
so
frame
funny.
sort of shifts like a couple pixels over. So there's stuff which it doesn't take away from the movie. It actually sort of adds to the
magic of it and the respect of it.
It does. So it sits at a solid. This is where the fun begins.
All right, what have we got next?
What's next?
The Phantom Menace, Episode 1. This suffers from the same thing as
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, where 90% of the movie is nothing.
Yeah. See, the difference, not the problem with this is that the Attack of the Clones, you have a sequence of the droid factory stuff, Anakin's and Obi-Wan's lightsaber, or Anakin's lightsaber gets destroyed. Obi-Wan loses his. The arena fight, the clones coming in, all the Jedi, big fight. Then onto Dooku. You have a lot there as a lot of cool Star Wars stuff.
Yes.
This is pretty boring up until Maul shows up and goes
boring.
Both sides and Duel of Fate start playing.
And then it's a 4-minute fight. But that 4-minute fight is amazing.
That fight is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
It is so good, man.
The fact that Ray Parker and Ewan McGregor were actually told to slow down
they were too
because
fast.
the camera couldn't catch it is incredible.
Man, like
Ewan McGregor is the fucking backbone of these series.
Even to the point where Ray Park was used as mocap for season 7 of Clone Wars. You know,
yeah, same thing.
They brought him back to mocap Maul, and he was just so good.
Yeah,
and even Maul's earring that he's got on his ear.
Yeah,
that's a Ray Park edition.
Yeah, they just forgot to take it out. They painted over it or something. So
this movie, I don't even know where this sits.
The issue is that this movie, it's as we said, you go from the start and it's like,
bro, it's talking about trade federation crap and political crap, and you're like, it's so.
And one of the arguable best parts about this movie is Qui-Gon Jinn. But then he dies.
Fantastic.
Qui-Gon Jinn is such an amazing character, and I wish we got more of him.
Had more of him. I would like some. I mean, they did Tales of the Jedi. I think
which had him as a Padawan.
Yeah, and had Dooku as they did some cool stuff in that. But they haven't expanded on him in canon anyway. Hasn't been expanded on much. It's just we did see him at the end of the Obi-Wan show. Yeah, as a Force ghost, and they sort of led it that it was going to be more. Yeah. Like that's why I felt they left it at a point where there would be more.
I was angry about that. Like I was happy that they introduced Qui-Gon, but we'll do a whole episode on the Obi-Wan show. But it just
I liked the Obi-Wan show.
I didn't.
I liked the Obi-Wan show, but we'll leave that for.
We'll get there.
We'll leave that for Obi-Wan.
Because this movie, right, it starts with them on the Trade Federation cruiser, then they go down to Naboo, then they make their way to Naboo, they go to the underwater Gungan village. They come out. The big toad thing.
Oh my god! What? Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, Jar Jar.
I forgot Jar Jar Binks, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, then they flew to Coruscant or whatever. They negotiated there. Then they came. But there was so much nothing. Then Tatooine was in there somewhere.
Jar Jar, man.
There was so much.
They were on Tatooine. They had to get the
pod racing.
Yeah, and
Watto.
Yeah. Your Jedi mind tricks don't work on me, or whatever he says. Republic credits. We don't take that.
We don't know that here. But this movie, as we said, it's
Qui-Gon cheats.
Absolutely.
He cheats. Jedi are meant to be noble and fair, and he cheats.
Yeah, but look at Watto. He was a scumbag cheat anyway. The cheater.
Yeah, well,
I would put this movie I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I would say that. It's not as... Look, if it were just rating the fights, this would be like one of the best ones.
Yes, absolutely.
But taking into consideration, like this is the only movie they use Speed Force. This is the only.
It's not even the only movie. It's the first like 5 minutes.
This is the only bit of Star Wars content I've ever seen where they've used it
aside from the games, like
in the games they don't even do it. Like the new games, Fallen Order games, they don't use Speed Force or whatever you want to call it. The Speed Force, force running, or whatever you call it. Yeah, Speed Force. Keep calling it Speed Force. They don't use it. The droidekas show up and they're like,
oh fuck,
and they disappear off screen. That could have been useful so many times.
Just imagine in like episode 2 in that arena, all the Jedi just full face.
This is ridiculous.
They literally hold their lightsabers sideways and just Speed Force run through and
a blender. Yeah. Like, what the hell, man?
But yeah, I don't think the final...
It doesn't carry it above...
as much as Attack of the Clones carries.
Also, CGI is pretty rubbish in these movies.
Yeah.
It's really dated CGI.
All right, we're
going to
go
CGI'd a lot of crap. And especially... And
yeah,
they CGI'd a lot of it.
It's like on Naboo. They were CGIing grass and shit.
Yeah. They could have just made real sets, but they didn't want to.
Anyway. Oh. Rise of the Skywalker.